Mindset. If you stop and analyze the definition of that word, and we look at the etymology of that word, mindset, we could say habits of mind formed by previous experience. Are you in the bench or are you in the arena? That's the question for me that I'm asking you and myself today. We have a soccer player, we have a basketball player in the bench for years. But he practiced, he refined his abilities. And one day, out of the blue, when a lot of major players were injured, he got the chance to finally play. You see, life is not a spectator sport. Life is not there waiting for you to make a decision, maybe perhaps in the future. Life is here, now, it is real. And our mindsets determine a lot of the outcomes that we experience in our lives. In psychology, in educational psychology as well, experts talk about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. In a fixed mindset, the people that believe that their abilities, their personality, their ability to learn new things is static, stagnant. You are born with certain abilities and certain skills, and nothing can be done about that. Your talents are innate. You can't change it. So if there are challenges, you quickly give up because you think your talents are not there to overcome those challenges. But in a growth mindset, in a mindset focused on elevating one step higher above the norm, you embrace challenges. You embrace obstacles. You do not give up easily. When you see success in other people, those that have the growth mindset, they celebrate the successes of others. Those that have a static or fixed or stagnant mindset see that as a threat to perhaps their own abilities. There's an inner core fragile self that is always sort of threatened and activated. But people, I am challenging you and me today to step it up a notch. To not stand on the bench all years, all days, all minutes of your life and think that you're not going to be able to do much more than what you were born with. Yes, we are all born with certain biological, certain personality traits, certain dispositions, but it doesn't mean that you cannot refine, that you cannot elevate, that you cannot change, that you cannot produce a different outcome in your life and in mine. If I face an obstacle, is this the only thing I can think about? Am I shifting? You see, another aspect of a growth mindset, it's not only endurance, not only effort, but also changing your strategy. I challenge you today. I want to give you 3 steps to change your strategy in order to forge new habits and elevate your mindset. Step 1, restoration. Restore. Reestablish the positive patterns in your life that you may have ignored. Bring those back to life. If you take a thoughtful stance, if you take a thoughtful inventory of yourself, beneath the clutter, beneath the thick compartments of your mind, you may find yourself. You may discover that you had a gem that you ignored, that you forgot, that it was hidden for whatever reason, or discarded, perhaps because of fear or because of the daily motions of life. Step 2, in that process of forming new habits and augmenting your mindset, you also want to revamp your thought patterns. So revamp, renovate, reinvigorate, refresh. You see, in that continuum wherein we shift, because it's not just about a category of fixed, a category of static, and another category of growth. I think we are in a continuum. There's a spectrum, and we're moving towards growth. So in order to do that, we need to revamp our thought patterns, wherein we are shifting, we are reorienting ourselves toward that growth mindset. So we must experience thoughts and beliefs that promote the altitude that you want to reach. Step 3, execute consistently. In the realm of behavioral psychology, I think one of the biggest barriers to overcome is the barrier of intermittent reinforcement. What do I mean by that? For example, if a child is misbehaving at a store, at a supermarket, and the parents give in to those misbehaviors, those demands, the child wants candy, wants something else, and the parents don't want to do that, but he's having a tantrum. So sometimes they give in to the demands and sometimes they don't. So there's a lack of consistency there. So bring that to mindset. If we're shaping our minds and sometimes we give in to fear, we give in to pessimistic thoughts, we give in to negative thoughts, and sometimes we don't, in the long run, it might be difficult to maintain and sustain a positive mindset that leads towards growth. So the challenge is we must always execute in a consistent manner. And if you do this, you and I will achieve success.